So guys, like, subscribe, and share. Right?
Ekene Maria, Egypt na Gracia, Osebru Anonyeli, Edinburgh next Tibor. Nwa forgive Jesu. Maria Jaso, Nenke Chuku, Yabala Ibande Jayo, Kita Namano Amen. Yabala Nyayo, Nenke Chuku Jaso, Koemeto Nata Kwake Kwesi, Ayo, Ayo Bi Ochuku, Kirinye Gracia, Imobiai, Karibundi Jerusalem, Wemali Wela Christian Wadi, Sister Fia Nubia. Webata no stone and beaten awaya, Stena Christi Divinity. Amen. Otitona na monso. Amen. Otito the Rena na monso. Amen. Otito the Rena na monso. Amen. Pablo Bindini no Galaga. Pablo be fast leaking and Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ ka Chineke ji ike niile gọzie ụnụ, Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking for a new Nigeria,
you can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news updates today, Tuesday, the 18th day of April 2023. And the time is 5 minutes. Martin Ifan Shuku AKZ is my name. The headlines. Soludo gives 2 million naira to quintuplets. Reps 5 years compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira notes. INEC reacts to report claiming results from IRF portal shows P2V defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State. Lagos Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. 2 arrested, setting up Chinese secret police station in New York. Now, details. Soludo gives 2 million naira to Anambra couple with quintuplets. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Shukuma Soludo, said he had approved the sum of 2 million naira for the couple who gave birth to a set of quintuplets in Oka. This was disclosed by the state's Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Ife Obinabo, in her office on Monday. Obinabo noted that the support came after the couple based in Onitsha, Mr. and Mrs. Tochukwu Amechi, delivered a set of quintuplets at Life International Hospital in Oka. She added that the money, which was currently being processed by the ministry, was a token for the well-being of the quintuplets, 3 males and 2 females who were delivered on March 29, 2023. She said the support would be sent to the family immediately after the ministry was done processing it. In an interview, the mother, Chidimma Amechi, told newsmen about her journey to the delivery of her quintuplets and the mixed feelings and challenges thereafter. She narrated how she prayed for a set of twins, but God gave her 5 babies. After waiting for 9 years for children, I started praying to God for twins or miracle babies that would shock the world after the long-awaited years, but I did not expect that they would be up to 5. In all of this, I still give God the glory because He alone can do it, although it is not easy to cater to 5 children at the same time. But we are looking unto God and well-spirited individuals to come to our rescue she told newsmen. Reps 5 years compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. People's Democratic Party (PDP) chieftain and former Delta State gubernatorial aspirant Chief Sonny Onoseke has described the proposed 5 years of compulsory service for medical doctors in Nigeria as discriminatory and undemocratic. How would government enforce that? Any doctor who feels that he is not satisfied with his service condition is free to go anywhere. Why and how will he be tied down if conditions of service are not improved? He queried. Recall that the Nigerian House of Representatives recently passed a contentious bill aimed at addressing the country's medical personnel shortage. The proposed legislation requires doctors trained in Nigeria to practice within the country for a minimum of 5 years before being granted a license to practice abroad. Onoseke, who condemned the proposed bill while addressing newsmen on arrival at Asaba International Airport, Asaba, Delta State, from Lagos, wondered why members of the House of Representatives should focus on medical doctors when Nigerians across all professions are fleeing the country in droves to seek greener pasture elsewhere because of the decline of the nation's economy. He argued that the proposed bill is undemocratic because it infringes on medical personnel's freedom of movement to seek good means of economical livelihood in other parts of the world after spending years and finance to acquire the profession. According to him, policymakers who go for the medical trip overseas are now telling doctors who suffer and were trained by their parents on where to work. Do you dictate to me where to work after my studies? If it is easy, why do their children not become medical doctors? Onoseke disclosed that the policymakers must balance the desire to retain medical professionals in the country with the need to encourage individuals to pursue medical training by not only providing good medical infrastructures in the hospitals, but equally providing encouraging welfare packages in order to retain their services. According to him, medical students in Nigeria may be deterred from pursuing medical training if they know that they will be required to practice in Nigeria for a minimum of 5 years before being granted a license to practice abroad, he stated. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes. Barely 1 month after the reintroduction of old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes, some residents of Anambra have decried the unavailability of the new notes in many banks in the state. Some of them told the newsmen in Oka on Monday that they hardly complete transactions with new naira notes because they were not available. This is even after the old currencies had been mopped off from circulation by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) and unavailable for use by citizens for about 2 months into the system on December 15, 2022. The resident said it was surprising that they had to return to and rely on the reintroduced old notes because the new notes which were to replace them were not in circulation. News correspondents who monitored the situation reports that cash transactions were largely done with old notes. James Neto said that he had not been able to withdraw as low as 5,000 naira new notes from any bank but had regularly been paid in old notes since banks resumed disbursing them. Mr. Neto said he had noticed sudden disappearance of the new notes following the reintroduction of the new notes in March. According to him, we are back to our normal lives. Thank God for the return of the old notes. Apart from when I used old notes to buy new ones and when I paid high charges to get them, I have not seen them again. Even the banks are not issuing them. There is nothing that suggests that they were ready to replace the old currency notes with new ones, he said. On his part, Osita Obi, convener of Recovery Nigeria Project (RMP), a civil society group, said the country's economy would have grinded to a halt if the old currency notes were not returned to circulation. Obi, who said the ratio of new notes to old ones in circulation was around 25 to 75, regretted that in spite of the assurances of the CBN that it had printed sufficient quantity of the redesigned notes, Nigerians could not use them freely 5 months after. According to him, CBN is not ready. They have not a lot of explanations to make to Nigerians. Government should not be taking citizens for a ride, he said. INEC reacts to reports claiming results from IRF portal shows P2B defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State. A new publication in its finding disclosed P2B of Labour Party won the February 25th presidential elections in Rivers State and not Bola Tinubu of the APC. The news publication noted further that Tinubu was illegally declared as president-elect by the electoral umpire. Reacting to the development, the chief press secretary to the INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyekami, said since the matter is pending in court, no one should comment on it. The independent addressed the claims by a news publication that P2B, the Labour Party flag bearer, won the 2023 presidential election in Rivers. INEC said a report that claims P2B won the 2023 presidential poll in Rivers and not Bola Tinubu was prejudicial. In a chat with newsmen on Sunday, April 16th in Abuja, the chief press secretary to INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyekami, said while the Premium Times reserve the right to publish reports on various issues, it is a known fact that when a matter is before a court, no one, including a media organization, should comment on it. It is for this reason that I cannot comment on it, he further stated. Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. The Lagos State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal on Monday ordered substituted service of the petition challenging the outcome of the March 18th governorship election in the state on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The panel gave the order while ruling on an ex parte application filed by Labour Party's governorship candidate in the state, Mr. Badebo Ruth Vivo. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC on March 20th declared Sanwo-Olu as the winner of the election after he polled 762,124 votes to defeat Rose Vivo and 12 other candidates in the election. The Labour Party candidate garnered 312,329 votes, while his People's Democratic Party PDP counterpart Abu Aziz Adediran 62,449 votes. Rose Vivo later challenged the outcome of the election over alleged widespread irregularities in a motion with number EPT LGOV 04-2023 moved by his counsel, Mr. Olabade Benson. The Labour Party candidate informed the tribunal that Sanwo-Olu evaded the service of the petition on him by the court's bailiff. He alleged that the governor refused to collect the document from the bailiff. When the court official got to his office to serve him, the petitioner urged the tribunal to grant him leave to serve the petition and other processes on the governor and his deputy through substituted means by posting the same via DHL courier services or any other. Now we move over to the foreign scene. 2 arrested setting up Chinese security police station in New York. New York. U.S. law enforcement officials arrested 2 New York residents for allegedly operating a Chinese secret police station in Manhattan, Chinatown, part of a crackdown on Beijing's alleged targeting of U.S.-based dissidents. Lu Jiwang, 61, and Cheng Jinping, 59, faces charges of conspiring to act as agents of Chinese government. They are expected to appear in Brooklyn Federal Court later on Monday. The glass facade building, second from left, is believed to be the site of a foreign police outpost for China in New York's Chinatown. The charges comes as the Department of Justice ramps up probes into what it calls transnational repression by U.S. adversaries such as China and Iran to intimidate political opponents living in the United States. We cannot and will not tolerate the Chinese government's persecution of pro-democracy activists who have sought refuge in this country. Breon Peace, the top federal prosecutor in Brooklyn, told reporters. Also on Monday, prosecutors unveiled charges against 34 Chinese officials for allegedly operating a troll farm and harassing dissidents online, including by disrupting their meetings on U.S. technology platforms. They also added 8 Chinese government officials as defendants in a case announced in 2020 charging a former China-based executive of Zoom Video Communications Inc. with disrupting video meetings commemorating the 1989 Tiananmen square protests. The officials charged are all at large. The topic of the propaganda and official narratives are directed by the Ministry of Public Security Headquarters and have included advantages of PRC CCP dominated political system over democracy, US domestic and foreign policy, human rights issues in Hong Kong and Xinjiang province, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, civil unrest following the murder of George Floyd and the COVID-19 pandemic, the DOJ said. This is where we draw the curtain on news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Soludo gives 2 million naira to Anambra couple with quintuplets. Reps 5 years compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira notes. INEC reacts to reports claiming results from IREF portal shows P2B defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State. Lagos Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. 2 arrested setting up Chinese secret police station in New York. Here is a public service announcement on a missing person. Mrs. Okoye Chibuzo Jesse. She is aged 70 years, fair in complexion. She wore ox blood gown with green wrapper, dark blue and red combination with white hair tie. But underneath the hair tie, she shaved her hair. She hails from Nnogidi village, Agolo. She left Omonia, a prayer ground, on Thursday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. She has problem with memory. She can remember her name, but she can't remember where she's coming from. Okoye Patrick is one day is the one you can contact if you have any information on this missing person, Okoye Chibuzo Jesse. Call the numbers 081 63 87 5531 or 090 40 31 9433. You just listened to news update on Ebona the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu AKZ. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking on David, one body is that on Keruna, only open Nkatobana, Matigo Yabana, Malukwa, Obado, Naka, Induku, Makayabana, Ablana, and Ele, Nicolaka, or the old Ibizako, Apostle, Okundu, Ibizako, Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, tight your seatbelts as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM. Keep your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interrupt only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu, aka Meta.
And this is Tubechukwu Agazie, Zubigazi, your friend on radio.
From Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive.
So guys, thanks. Like, subscribe, and share. Right? Thank you.